So folks, welcome to the Preconstruction podcast. We're here at Precon World, and who better to get on for an update than the man himself, President of Beck Technology, Stewart Carroll.
What an introduction, Gareth. I feel special. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, and again, if it wasn't for Stewart and the Beck Tech, we literally wouldn't be able to run this podcast. They have been with us from the start, so I wanted to start it with saying thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a great partnership, and hopefully it's just the beginning.
That's it, exactly. All I need now is a pair of white Beck Technology socks. Give us a look, Stewart. Give us a look. Hi.
I haven't worn white with black shoes since I was about 5.
Black loafers, love it. So Stewart, it's been about a year since we've been on. A lot has happened at Beck Tech, a lot of incredibly exciting stuff. I was going to get you on 2 months ago, but I said, you know what, let's do it in person. Give us an idea of what's been happening over the last 12 months.
Yeah, gosh, it really has been crazy. We've been very fortunate where we've brought on, probably 50 new customers. We've probably had a dozen product releases. A lot of those have been geared towards listening to customers around integrations. And we very much believe that the industry is different from company to company. They're trying to do largely the same things, but they use different tools. And we believe that pre-construction is an important part of a bigger ecosystem of activities that companies need to perform. And where Precon starts and where Precon ends, and around Precon, there are different tasks that use different tools. And we've been listening to our customers and really putting a concerted effort into integrations with other great companies that are being used by our customers. Yeah, a lot of integrations going on.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I like about Beck Tech, and from the start it was pretty clear. Obviously Peter Beck, but yourself more so, the humility of saying, listen, hands up, we're amazing at what we do, but we want to learn, we want to integrate with the best technologies out there to provide the best service. A couple of ones that have really caught my eye, obviously Join, Preconstruction technology, then you've got Togal AI, which I think was released about 6 months ago, but there's one in particular most recently that's kind of got your attention, got you excited?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about all of them. We got luckily, to have great partners. Like Join is phenomenal. They do things that we don't do. They're really good with taking that really detailed estimating data, bubbling it up, and being able to have conversations with architects and owners about where are we at, and ideating on how to make the project better. So really excited about that, really excited about the integration with Togal. It blew my mind when I first got into the industry, and you look at what entry-level estimators do. Here's a set of plans, here's some digital crayons, now go off and sketch over the top of the drawings. I mean, stuff that we probably did when we were 6 or 7 in school, right?
Yeah.
You're taking a really educated person and asking them to do that for an entry-level position. It's criminal almost, and Togal really automates a lot of that. So very excited about that. The one that probably gets me really excited is an upcoming integration with a company called Bespoke Metrics. It's another one of those head scratchers to me in construction companies. You have risk managers who are pre-qualifying subcontractors. What's their bonding capacity? What's their experience? Are they able to do particular types of project? And then you have the Precon team. And the Precon team will go through iterations of the estimate, and then when they're getting ready to bid it, they will start inviting subs in. Well, those two pockets of information don't really connect. So the individual that's selecting the sub doesn't know oftentimes whether the sub that they're thinking of selecting is pre-qualified. So what Compass is or Bespoke and their product Compass is going to enable us to do is bring those two data sets together. So when you're considering inviting a sub or you're considering awarding a sub, you'll have they call it a Q score. Think of it as like a Yelp score for a subcontractor that enables you to know that this sub is really qualified for this particular type of work. Further, the integration will enable us to invite subs that we elect to invite to the project, and then instead of them faxing or phoning in their number, it'll enable them to fill that information in online, and then that'll feed back into the leveling process and ultimately reduce 50 to 60% of the wasted effort that goes on currently in bidding. So to me, that one is a huge time savings, a huge frustration point for all of our customers, and I get excited about that one in particular.
Well, I'm just thinking, I mean, thinking out loud, the pre-con managers, the senior estimators that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, that one is probably, and listen, Togal AI as well. I mean, it's amazing. If we're gonna meet Johnny down here, I don't want to ask you too much about it, but that to me is a big one for them. But this
Big
one
time.
seems like a real time saver.
Yeah, well, we hear time and time again, you know, there really aren't great solutions for the bidding piece. Don't get me wrong, there's great solutions for emailing invitations to bid and tracking what the documents that have been sent, whether the sub has opened them. But there's really three parts to bidding. There's the pre-qualifying the sub. Are they even qualified? Do they have the bonding capacity? Do they have the experience to do the job? There's sending out the documents, and then once you get the bids back, there's leveling them. Am I, you know, is sub 1 and sub 2 including the same scopes of work? So that when I select one, I know it really is the best sub for that particular scope of work. And what we see today is it's highly fragmented. You know, if the contractor has done an estimate previously, it's manually keying that into a Building Connected or a Smart Bid or whatever solution the contractor is using. You know, who wants to go rekey in information? I mean, it's just wasted effort. When you get the bids and you're selecting a sub and you select the sub, and then you realize after the fact, well, they weren't qualified to do the work, you've sort of got egg on your face. You have to go back to the owner, you have to go back to the sub, you have to go through that process again. Just a lot of wasted loops that we believe can be significantly streamlined. And again, you know, we've talked about this before. It's we lose people in this industry out of frustration. And if we can streamline the process, if we can spend more time on how do we make the project better and we become problem solvers instead of just data pushers, I think it's good for everybody.
And I'm just thinking on the subs point of view, I mean, it's amazing for them as well. I mean, not just on the GC side.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, that's why I get excited. I mean, the opportunities for Beck Tech, purely being selfish, is satisfy our current customers, our general contractors, expand into subs. Well, subs also work with building product manufacturers who do largely the same kinds of things that GCs and subs do. They do takeoff, they do estimating. So we see a huge ecosystem that really is highly inefficient, it's highly fragmented, and we think we have a great solution, but it's not a singular solution that gets you there. It's this ecosystem mindset of you have to integrate with different tools because different companies use different tools. So integrations are really important, really fortunate to have great partners, and I'm really excited about all of the integrations, quite frankly, that we have.
Brilliant. Picking up great partners, I love it. That brings me nicely to Operations Strawberry Jam. Have you ever heard of anything like that before in my life? Let's hear it, Stewart.
I think at Beck Tech, we put names on everything. You met our head of development, John Chumley. He goes by Chum.
Chum, nice.
We have our head of infrastructure, Jonathan Bowser. He's JB. So we're pretty good about like putting names and nicknames into everything. So we have a project, Operation Strawberry Jam. Don't know why it's called Strawberry Jam, OSJ for short. That is rolling out actually at Precon World, where we have developed about 70 construction systems.
Okay.
And in these construction systems, you answer, half a dozen to a dozen questions. And out of those, it will populate an estimate with the line item and pricing content for whatever particular building system you're taking off. So they work really well with our particular system where you can dip your pen in the database so you can pick a grade beam. You can go over to your 2D takeoff, you can sketch where that grade beam is. All the dimensional information comes from the takeoff, and then you can answer what's the strength of concrete, what's the type of formwork that you're using. And off of that limited set of information, it will populate a subcontractor level of estimate. We get excited because as we go into the sub market and their self-performing work, there's a huge opportunity for efficiencies. Don't miss scope when you're taking off a grade beam. Answer the questions and know with a high degree of confidence that those questions lead to the level of detail that fully covers the scope associated with that grade beam. So 24 for Beck Tech is going to be expanding into subs. We're going to start with concrete subs, and we think OSJ, Operation Strawberry Jam, is going to be a big enabler for our customers.
Brilliant. So how do concrete subs find out about OSJ? Well, it sounds tasty, by the way.
Listen to the podcast. I think that's a good plug.
But then again, what we'll do as well, just we'll probably put somebody's sales guy's information at the bottom of the show notes. So if you do need more information on Operation Strawberry Jam, just connect with the people below. We'll leave an email there as well. But Stewart, this has been incredible. I really do appreciate the update.
You betcha. It's always good seeing you.